Hi guys, welcome to Bali Talks, where we talk all things side hustles, how you can make money online, and just generally how you can gain a bit of financial freedom for yourself. Now, the one thing that I've learned about being a business coach is the fact that a lot of people are afraid to start businesses nowadays because they think they need to either be an expert and or to have certain experience and or special skills in order for them to do it. But what I'm here to share with you is the fact that with all the changes that have been happening in the business world, nowadays you don't even require any other skill or experience and sometimes even a qualification for you to be able to start a business and or a side hustle for yourself. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 great businesses exactly like that you can start even if you do not have any skills. If that sounds like something that's your vibe, then you've landed on the right video. Please don't be shy to join the Bali Talks community by just hitting the subscribe button. And also remember to always keep your notification bell on so that you never miss out on any of the content that happens here. Otherwise, without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into it. The first great business that you can start even if you do not have any special skill and or even experience is for you to go into business coaching. Now, I personally know this field because it's something that I've been doing for so many years as I continue to create content for YouTube. I've had a couple of people over the years that have come to me to say, you know what, I actually would like to start a certain kind of business. Please help me find suppliers and or how can I set my business up for success? So this is an amazing field for someone who feels like they have a certain level of either qualification and or even experience, even if the only experience that you have is literally in the business that you're already running. For example, I run a hair business, but every other day I create videos right here on YouTube sharing different supplier lists that you can actually look into if you want to start a similar business. That is exactly what it's like to be a business coach. Now, for those who find that after a while of going through the videos that I may have produced, they now want to go in depth. Those are the people that actually end up being my own clients. So again, you don't necessarily have to be a business person in order for you to be able to coach people in a certain field. All you need is for you to have a certain qualification and or experience in that particular field. It could be accounting, it could be taxation, it could even be in beauty salons where now you're no longer just providing services for people to do their hair or their nails, but you're now providing an academy where other people that want to start similar businesses can actually come to learn the kind of skills and or experience that you have gained over the years by running your own business. The only challenge that I've seen with being a business coach is the fact that you do sometimes get a certain level of imposter syndrome where you feel like you need to establish credibility as well as build trust with your clients. But if you're somebody who is already in the field, whether you're working full-time in a job or you're running a business in that particular industry, trust me, a lot of people are willing to hear from you. They are willing to even pay you money for a bit of your time in exchange for you to help them build their own businesses in a similar field and or even in a complementary industry. And even though the rates that you can charge as a business coach can vary quite a bit, a lot of startup business coaches charge anything between 350 all the way to 500 Rand. And then the more experienced ones, which is what I've learned in my experience, can charge all the way to 5,000 Rand per hour, just of them being able to either work with individuals, groups, or even companies sharing their everyday skill that they already have a qualification for in the form of them being a business coach. The next great business that you can start if you don't have a skill is something that I've personally been in since the day I started going into business. This is for you to become an e-commerce retailer. Now, this is a great option for somebody who feels like they have limited capital because it avoids the need for you to actually go and find shopping space and maybe even pay salaries in order for you to be able to run your business. There's easy platforms that you can look into such as Shopify as well as WooCommerce, which you can use for you to create a website for the kind of product and or services that you're actually offering. Some of the easiest products that you can sell just as a startup can range between beauty products, hair products, clothing, and even diaries and printed mugs. Those are the easiest things that you can actually find online for you to be able to repurpose and sell on an e-commerce platform, just like the ones that I've actually mentioned. Now again, as somebody who's in the hair business, I will tell you for absolutely free, a lot of my suppliers are actually people that are based internationally, whether in China or even in Vietnam. So you need to be willing to kind of risk it a bit in trying to find different samples of the products that you'd actually like to be able to sell. Some of the easiest platforms for you to actually be able to do this I've listed in the description box, but the most obvious one, which we always mention here on Bali Talks, is Alibaba. There's just so many items that you can find simply online as a way for you to create a business for yourself as a way for you to be able to make money for yourself, even on the side if you're someone who has a full-time job, that you can easily do and start by just retailing it on commerce and or on online platforms. More closer to home, there's actually a video that I did a while ago where I was talking about how easy it has become for you to become a supplier on a platform just like Takealot and or even Superbalist. So there's many options that you can explore for you to be able to run a business online, whether you're running your own shop like on Shopify or WooCommerce, or you join the different supplier platforms, Takealot, Superbalist, and even platforms like Yaga, that even though sell pre-loved items, are also a good option for you to start out if you've got new items, whether it's bags, whether it's shoes, whether it's hair accessories. There's just a wide variety of different small products that don't require a lot of capital that you can look into in order for you to be able to start a business for yourself without even having any skills. The next great business that you can actually start if you do not have any skills, I love it because it's one of those businesses that you can easily equip yourself with a short certificate on the different short certificate courses platforms that I normally suggest here. This is for you to become a social media consultant. What I like about this business is that literally it does not require you to have any skills and or even experience, and also it's one of those businesses that you can start without any capital because you do not require any inventory and or any products that you are selling to people in order for you to be able to start this business. All you're basically going to be doing is helping other people to start and build their own brands online by knowing different aspects of the online world and or even on social media. This is also a good business idea for anyone who's actually in marketing, in sales, in graphic design, and even in retail. And the only personal skills that you will need to have in order for you to be able to run and successfully create a business for yourself in this field is that you need to be good at communication. You need to be great at creativity because you need to be able to identify the different content creation and or the different platforms that the smaller brands that have engaged you can actually be able to thrive. And even though social media has become such a big steam train now, there's still so many startup businesses and or personal brands that still struggle to position themselves in a way for them to be discovered by clients, in a way for them to properly communicate the products and the services that they are selling, and also in a way for them to be able to turn followers into actual sales, because sometimes we find that someone or a business actually has a lot of followers, but the money does not match. That's basically where you come in. As a social media consultant, your job will be to make sure that the way that the companies and or the personal brands are positioning themselves can actually help them to get the kind of results that they want, and then of course the kind of money and sales as well as revenue that they are actually looking into. This can include anything between helping them with email marketing, helping them with Google ads, helping them with social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, etc. Just that when people think of social media, they think Instagram or TikTok. There's so many other aspects of you being able to be a social media consultant in a way that helps other people to build their own businesses, and also obviously in a way for you to be able to create a consistent income stream online as a way for you to start a business without you even having any skills. The next great business that you can start without a skill is actually something that I wish I could actually go into if I actually had the time. This is for you to become a personal fitness trainer. The truth about fitness training is the fact that it may seem like the latest trend that's on social media, but it's definitely one of those trends that are here to stay, because there's a lot of people out there that are starting to be self-conscious about how they look, what they eat, etc. And therefore creating a wide opportunity for people just like yourself who may not have a skill and or qualification, but are still wanting to be able to create a long-lasting business. What I like about being a fitness trainer is the fact that as you're starting out, there's no skill and or certification that you actually need. You can use your own content to be able to slowly grow an audience online while you're actually trying to acquire whatever 6-month certificate that you need in order for you to gain credibility and obviously be able to build trust with your clients to say that you know what you're actually talking about. You can even start a YouTube channel specifically for fitness training where you're sharing training content, the kind of food that people can eat in order for them to be able to mind their weight and or to take care of their bodies. And also, you can even find yourself being a social media content creator for the different sports brands that provide either clothing and or even things like protein shakes. There's just a wide variety of things that you can do as a personal fitness trainer in order for you to be able to create a business for yourself. And the best part of all this is the fact that it doesn't require you to have any skill upfront in order for you to be able to do it. I personally know that every time I used to walk into the gym, I used to wonder how much personal trainers actually make. Here is the truth that you may not be aware of. A personal trainer on any session, which is an hour, can charge anything between 500 all the way to 1,000 Rand per session. Now imagine a situation where you're able to score, say maybe 8 sessions like that on a daily basis. You're literally going to be able to make yourself anything up to 5,000 Rand on a daily basis of just you being a personal trainer for a business that you actually started without you even having any skill. So for me, it's a no-brainer. If you're looking for an easy business for you to start that does not require you to have any skills, this is definitely one of those businesses. The next great business that you can start with no skill at all is actually one that I've recommended in different videos, but I recommended it as a job. And the reason it has actually made it onto this list is the fact that I've realized that not only can it be a job that you can do on your own, but it's actually something that you can build and scale up into a business where you're now able to hire even other people to be able to assist you with this. This is for you to start a virtual assistance business. This is one of the easiest jobs that you can actually find online because it's one of those jobs where you can easily find yourself working for different remote companies. Now imagine a situation where you're now on platforms like Upwork and or Fiverr with a variety of clients that are actually looking for virtual assistants. You can now actually start hiring other people to be able to take care of that kind of workload and therefore in return be able to build a business for yourself that has never required you to have any skill, experience and or qualification. To start out your virtual assistant business, you can literally start charging anything between $10 to $15 per hour of you just being able to answer people's emails, to participate in taking notes and or minutes when they're in meetings, to be an appointment setter, which is basically you making sure that the people that you're working for are able to get to different meetings because you set the appointments for them as well as remind them. Now, when you're a bigger company and you start scaling up, you can then decide to have your clients on a retainer basis, charging them a fixed amount every month because you will now consistently know the kind of processes and or even the kind of client needs that they have. And therefore, you'd be able to satisfy those people using that business as just being a virtual assistant online. With all that said, I've come to the end of our video. Please don't be shy to reward me for all the work that has gone into it by just hitting the like button. And also, never be shy to join the Mbali Talks community by just hitting the subscribe button below and make sure to keep your notification bell on so that you never miss out on any of the content that happens here. Otherwise, I wish you guys all the best in your efforts to find remote jobs, start side hustles, and just find different ways for you to be able to make money online. I'm actually going to see you in the next Mbali Talks video. Cheers.